Greetings, everyone. Welcome to another solo here, Catch Up with Mayo. And this says it pretty good, I think, down here. However, Catch Up with Mayo, that's when I'm here by myself for a Q&A. I'm going to try to do these now about this time, or maybe an hour difference one way or the other every single Saturday, hopefully. Saturdays around 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern, 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern, somewhere like that in the late afternoon. So, yeah, this is what it's all about. The idea is that this is different times that I do these, sometimes in the morning, sometimes, doing them now later in the afternoon, sometimes the evenings. So, hello, people. Hello, Robbie, Detroit's Vinyl. Hey there. Hello, James Farley. Hello, George, Music for All Four Seasons, and Joseph Mantaneo, and Mike Wall Jasper, and hello, Chrissy. Good evening. Had a wonderful day. I just got together with my friend Anthony. We just got together. We went out for some lunch. We went to do a little shopping. I went out and I purged some vinyl. Yes, indeed. I made some money on vinyl. I got rid of some vinyl. And then we watched a little Curb Your Enthusiasm. I watched a couple episodes of Curb Your Enthusiasm. It's been a good day. And now here I am on time. Today would have been Melanie's 77th birthday. No, I didn't know about Wayne. I did not know about Wayne Kramer. I did not know about Melanie's birthday that it was today. But today, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, isn't February 3rd also, and today in particular, sadly, the 65th, that's 65 years anniversary of the plane crash where we lost Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, and the Big Bopper. I believe today's the date, February the 3rd. Maybe it's February 4th. I'm sorry, I'm trying to remember, but anytime now, early February. Yes, indeed. And yes, I do need that cash for Beatles Fest. Exactly. So I'm very happy to take some records that I'm never going to listen to and to kind of get some money, which is basically like a trade in for Beatles Fest. That's the big deal. I'm happy, happy man, and I got a good amount of money for those records. I mean, let's put it this way: when I say a good amount of money, more than I expected. You know what I mean? Hello, Rory. Yes, I've not seen you for a while. Thank you so much for saying hi. Good to see you. It's a sad month in history. Yeah, well, it is. Well, I mean, for the loss of the rock and rollers, really very promising. Buddy Holly, oh man, Buddy Holly could have done so much more. I like Buddy Holly a lot. Also like Richie Valens. Richie Valens, what a waste. And the Big Bopper, I do like Chantilly Lace. What can I say there? But there you go. Back bacon and beer. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Hi, Lila. Do I like Electric Light Orchestra, ELO? Yes, I do. I like Jeff Lynne. I don't know why these days a lot of people are sore on Jeff Lynne. Some people don't like his production. I like Jeff Lynne. What can I tell you? I do. So, yeah, here I am today. What else can I say? It's been great weather here today. We had a beautiful sunny day here. Nice day for February. And I looked at the weather report. It's a week early. It's a week ahead for the next fest for Beatles fans, which is going to be next weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the 9th, 10th, and the 11th. And I'll be doing a video about that beforehand, by the way, just telling you, what I'm going to be doing and who's going to be there and stuff. But anyway, looked at the weather report and found out it's going to be, you ready for this? 50 degrees, late 40s, 48, 49, and 50 degrees. And Saturday in particular of next week, they're having 53 degrees. Could you imagine February 50, 53 degrees? I think it's wonderful. I think it's fantastic. We're definitely not going to get snow. It's too warm for that. We're definitely not going to get a blizzard. Now, I do realize that it's a little early. They're forecasting this like a week ahead, and I realize anything can change later. Weather reports can change, the weather patterns can change, but I don't think we're getting any blizzard. So that's a good thing. It's a fantastic thing. And I am actually very, very interested now and excited about the Fest for Beatles fans. I was really like not really getting excited, but now that it's closer, I am definitely excited about it because it's gotten closer. Hello there, Charlie. Thank you very much. And Joseph Mantaneo, ready to go. Got my tickets. Make sure you say hello, Joseph, because I may not recognize you. Just say hello, please, if you see me. A wish has come true with Ringo releasing a country album. Now, with Ringo's announcement about releasing an album, I didn't a full album. He originally said he was only going to do EPs, and now he says he's got enough for a full album. But I didn't really get that it was going to be a country album. I mean, I know he's doing country. I know he's doing country music. With I thought it was with Linda Perry. So I don't know. I don't know. I know he said he was going to be doing a full album and an EP as well. You know what I mean? The TWA Hotel pool will be open. Yeah, I won't be going there. Yeah, they have a pool. A nice warm pool. Have you done a Band on the Run review or just the underdubbed version? I'm not going to do a review of the album Band on the Run. I just don't care enough. But I did a half review. I admit it. I did a video and I caught some flack for it. A lot of people appreciated it. A couple of naysayers didn't appreciate it, but that's okay. I just did what I wanted to do on my channel. It made me happy, and that was basically to share it with you, to tell you what the CD is, what it looks like, to open it up. I love that cover, by the way. That cover is good enough, nice, great enough for me to want to get the 12-inch album version. That is a good cover anyway. And I opened it up and I shared it with you, and I only listened to 7 of the 9 underdubs. And I decided I would make a video talking about the 7 of the 9 underdubs I heard. That's all. It wasn't meant to be perfect, wasn't meant to be complete. And a lot of people responded, and thank you so much. I'm grateful for that. Okay, Christy says we've been having that temperature here all week, and tomorrow will be 48. Absolutely, this is great. I know some people said, I was worried that it might snow because a year ago when they said they were going to have the fest for Beatles fans, the February weekend, I said, "Oh my God, what if there's a blizzard? They're crazy." Well, you know what? Turns out so far, it's not over yet. It's not promised yet, but so far, unless there's some big weather change in the next 6 to 7 days, it looks like my worries were all totally unnecessary. There is not going to be anything. Hello, Joanne. Says new Curb Your Enthusiasm tomorrow night. Yeah, I don't get the channel, so I'm not going to be watching it. What I'm going to do is when the next season, I believe it's the new season is the 12th. When I get the 12th season on DVD or Blu-ray, whichever, I'll just add that to my collection. I like the show and I collect all the seasons. Okay, I wonder how Buddy Holly would have reacted to British groups covering his songs. Imagine that. Yeah, sad that things like that we just cannot possibly gauge. We don't know. Joe G, hello, says I think the fest is way too expensive. Look, Joe, there's no way I'm going to disagree with you. I'm with you. I think it's really expensive, but I did a few things. The first thing I did was I cut down on, I canceled the hotel reservations. That saved me a lot of money. I'm lucky that it's a little bit of a drive, really. It's not close. The fest is not close to me, but I can drive it. So I'm going to drive it every day, every night, whatever, and I'm going to save the hotel fee. But you're right, it is expensive, and I feel sorry. I understand some people really want to go, but can't. But look, I'm not making, I can't make any excuses for it. I think it's too much money, but it is 2024. Times are tough. The economy's bad, inflation, all that. And, it's not going to be $40 to get in anymore, $50 to get in. But I do agree with you. It's way too expensive. But I say if people want to go badly enough, you have all year to save. That's always my thing. If it's instead of being $50, it's like I think it's like for one day to go on Saturday. I think it's 140. I think it's 140 and 130 if you order early before the discount. But it's still a lot of money for one day there. But then again, this is 2024 prices, and although it's a lot of money, it should be easy to save $130 in 12 months. You can start saving now for next time. For what? Less than $10 a month? Can you save? Can anybody out there save $10 per month or less for next year's 2025 if there is one? That's all I'm saying. But then some people say, and rightly so, that it's mainly the principle of the thing. It's not so much whether I can save or afford it or not. It's the principle, Whatever. I basically say if you don't want to go, don't go. If you don't want to pay it, don't pay it. If you can't pay it, I'm sorry. But in the long run, a lot of us are going to have a good time anyway, regardless. Hello. Yes, Joseph Montaneo. Yes, I said that. Thank you. I said hi to you before. Yes. I think you liked the last song you reviewed. I'm trying to remember what we're referring to there. Are you talking about Let Me Roll It? I don't know exactly what we're talking about. I won't be going in the pool at the fest. I'll be busy with all the events. And absolutely, you want to go swimming, you could do that other places. You don't go to the Beatles Fest to swim in the pool. That's for sure. Do you buy any records or CDs at the fest? Depends what they have. I bought a couple of records, 2 records last year, last fest, and I will buy them also if I want anything. Yeah, this year. A lot of reviews are damning the underdubbed version, saying it's not worth it. I think I'll stick to Spotify. I agree. I don't think anybody should really go out there and bother about that. That's my opinion. This shows you that I criticize and be negative when I feel I have to, and I'm positive when I feel it's true, and it warrants it. I go by whatever is honest, and I feel the underdubbed versions are underwhelming. Sorry, but 2 of them I liked a lot. I like 2 of them, but Joe, you got all the funds you need for Beetle Fest. Well, I'm all ready to go to the Beetle Fest, but fund wise. But the more I make, if I can make more money together, like today, I went and I sold some records. I told you, I'm purging my record collection, not all of it, but certain records, and I'm going to make a video of that. There's going to be a video up maybe tomorrow. I'm going to show you the records I purged. It's going to be for those who want to get a heads up, it's going to be inside the video that I do with my friend Anthony. I saw my friend Anthony today, and we went and I purged some records, and it's going to be in that Anthony video with my friend. Okay, February the 9th, 72 was the date of Paul McCartney's first live solo performance. Didn't know that. Would you say Wings are the closest band to the Beatles for classic tunes and great albums? I don't know about that. I loved Wings, but you know, I don't know if I'd say they're close to the Beatles. I don't think you're talking about classic tunes and great albums, and there are probably other people that are closer than that. Oliver says, "I wish John and George were still there." Of course. Hello, James D. Did you move something on your top shelf behind you? Did I move anything? I don't know if I moved anything. I put a Planet of the Apes lunchbox there right at the end here. I added that. Hello, Dino. Thank you for saying hi. What Beatles or solo has the best scream in it? Oh, I'd have to think about that. Bad Boy, the Beatles track, cover song, has great screams. Slow Down has great screams. Uh, Long Tall Sally. Uh, First things that came to mind. Lila says, I always come to you, Joe, for a definitive, honest opinion, and normally always bang on. Thank you so much, Lila. I appreciate that because I always shoot straight. I do not. I'm never a sycophant for the Beatles as a group or as solo, and I am never a Beatles hater that hates the group or solo. I just call it as I see it. I'm a fan, but not everything is great, and not everything is shite. Hello, Michael Nolan. What's going on, Michael? Stop by for a cup of Joe. Well, today we got a cup of water here. If you want to join me in a cup of water, I like it straight with no cream, of course. Oh yeah, you can keep the sugar as well. Yeah, yeah. Michael says I like the underdubbed version I've heard so far. Versions, okay, versions plural. Thank you for sharing. Hello, Woodland Goblin. What episodes of Curb Your Enthusiasm did you watch today? Well, Anthony and I are going through the season. Anthony's never seen Curb Your Enthusiasm, so when we get together lately, we've been watching some. So we're on season one. We watched, I can't remember the names of them. We watched the one with the bowling shoes, where Larry gets the wrong, somebody took Larry's shoes while he was bowling. That's one of them. Then we watched the episode with the dinner party that he goes to, on a dark night, and the guy was in, porn movies and former star. Those are the two we watched today. How are Don and Joe? I have not seen Don or Joe lately. I did get a text message though from Bazooka Joe, and he says he's doing fine. So a text message. I didn't see them, but I heard that Don was in the hospital. Yes, well, I just thought of that. I'm sorry, I forgot. Although I haven't seen Don, I heard that Don is in the hospital, and I hear that he may get an oxygen. He might have to be on oxygen, and for the rest of his life, he's an oxygen. He'll carry it around with him wherever he goes. He'll be out as he walks around. He'll have to have oxygen supply with him. So I feel bad about that, and don't know if I'm going to have him in the videos anymore either. I don't know. But I feel bad about that. We'll see what he wants to do, because it's all about if Don. If Don disapproves, I only do what Don's cool about. I regret to say I have not taken the moment to listen to the Billy Joel single. I want to hear the Billy Joel single. I've heard mostly that it's good. I heard a couple of people say that they had to hear it twice to like it. So I really don't know for sure about that. Okay. Do you think that 1 million years BC there were women like Raquel Welch? No, I don't think there were ever gorgeous beauties like her. Oh, she was beautiful. Anyway, I'm just saying, but no, were they like that in 1 million years BC? I don't think so. Uh, okay. Hey, Joe, I just watched those same two episodes of Curb Your Enthusiasm today, too. Classic. Isn't that amazing? What are the chances of that? Really? I have HBO just for a little while so I can see the final season. That's amazing. You always wonder how many people are watching the same thing you're watching at the same time or listening to it. So, yes, indeed. And I'm caught up now for the moment with the comments. Thank you. We got 75 people here right now. Thank you for joining us. Please hit the like button. If you want to help out the channel, if you want to help the so-called algorithm, if you want to help people be able to find this, and where I am, please do. If you're a troll or a hater and you're just watching just to, I don't know, get yourself more upset with yourself, in that case, then don't hit any like button. Hit the thumbs down. etc. etc. How is Danny? Well, Danny's doing good, but I haven't talked to him because today I'm not doing the Mayo Lounge. By the way, that's a good time to say I should be continuing the Mayo Lounge tomorrow, but it's Sunday. Unfortunately, I'm going to be away at the classroom area, so I'll be in the classroom tomorrow, and the time that I will start tomorrow morning's Mayo Lounge, which I'm guessing Danny would be there with me. I hope he'll be there. That would be somewhere between the hours of 9 a.m. and 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, Sunday mornings when I'm at that place. I'm not there every Sunday morning, but so there you go. There you go. Is it is it easy to avoid the Super Bowl there in the USA? It's tough. It's tough because every Tom, Dick, and Harry and Mary, they're all talking about the Super Bowl, and I can't stand football. But all right, talk about it, yada 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 yada. I just ignore it, and I stay away from it as best I can. It's everywhere. It's one of the several things I dislike about winter. But just to go about your business, and it'll be over before you know it. So there you go. Hello, friends. Soon it will be midnight in Europe. Sorry about that. Sorry that it's so late, Patrick. I know you're one of my regular guys. I appreciate that. Well, that's why I do these at different times. Some people can get here maybe at this hour. Maybe this is more convenient for people who can't get here on weekday mornings when I do this at 7:30 a.m. to like 9:30 a.m. And that's when I usually do these kinds of things. The Mayo Lounge, 7:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Uh, Eastern time in the mornings. Tough for people to get here. So yeah, that's what it is. What it is, and it isn't what it isn't. So that's what I always say. Okay. Joe, I heard the underdubbed Jet. Never realized there's a piano in the mix. Yeah, it just didn't do it for me. I don't know. It was so weak to me compared to the original. But I'm glad you enjoyed that. Are there any films you're curious to see in 4K? Not at all, really. To tell you the truth, Lila, not at all. I mean, I'm very happy with films as they are in high definition Blu-ray. I really don't need to see them in 4K. I'm very satisfied. No curiosity at all. None. Zero. Zilch. Miss you in the mornings, Joe. Well, I'm not going anywhere. Thank you, Pops O'Reilly, but I'm not going anywhere. I'll be here tomorrow morning, but it'll be around 9:30, 9:15, 9:30 Eastern tomorrow. All right. So and then I'll should be on again. I think Monday and Tuesday. No, maybe not Tuesday. Monday and Wednesday. Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, maybe. So, Peter Boothroyd, hello, hello. Will you do any live streaming from the fest? I'll try to do some. I'll try to do some live streaming. Yes, I can't guarantee it, but I'm gonna try. Who would you like to see joining Ringo's all-star band? How about Peter Noon of Herman's Hermits? How about Mickey Dolenz? How about Joan Jett? You know, I don't know. That's just some of my favorites. What is your favorite Ringo EP and what is your favorite song? Well, let's see. I'm trying to remember them. My favorite EP is the first one, Zoom In, I think. My favorite song is I like that song, Zoom In, Zoom Out. I like the song. I have a lot of favorite songs though. I also like Here's to the Nights. I liked almost all the songs on there. I think there was a jazz reggae song that I liked on the first one. I can't remember the name now. I like a song called Coming Undone, which is a Linda Perry one. I like To Free Your Soul. I like the McCartney song on the latest one that he wrote for him, Feeling the Sunlight. I like a lot of those EP songs. Okay. I bought the Band on the Run single disc vinyl, and it sounds excellent. Great stereo separation. Thank you so much, my friend Robbie. Thank you so much for your generosity. $20 super chat, they call it. Thank you so much. If anybody wants to help out, make donations, it's never a requirement, just appreciate it. Thank you very much, my friend. I appreciate that. Uh, Elementary Penguin says, yes, Jet was weak. Any guests at the fest that you want to get something signed by? Well, it's funny. Everybody that's at the fest, I've pretty much gotten their autographs because I've seen them before. Mickey Dolenz included of the Monkees. But I think I'll try to. When I met Mickey Dolenz the first time, it was just before I started my channel, so I didn't have any like footage or anything to show. So hopefully I'll be able to say hello to Mickey. Maybe just get a shot of him on the camera, and I will get his autograph again on a different Monkees. I have a Monkees EP, more of the Monkees jukebox EP that I might want to see if he'll sign that. Um, Billy J. Kramer has been there many times. He's going to be there again, but I do have an album I might have him sign. I've never gotten his autograph before. I may do that. And I'm trying to think. I'm drawing a blank here. Lawrence Juber from Wings and Steve Holly from Wings. I've gotten them numerous times on different albums, But hey, maybe I'll do it again. Why not? Because there's always other albums to get signed. If you have one album signed or two, why not three? They can sign all the stuff they worked on. That'll be nice. Um, I guess Patrick liked the McCartney song on the last Ringo EP. Okay. Woodland says the McCartney underdubbed is underwhelming. Um, in the 7-inch McCartney box set, can you think of a B side that is better than the A side? I don't know. The first thing that pops into my mind is "Oh Woman, Oh Why." I love that. Do I like it better than Another Day? I don't think so. But it's hard without looking. You have to really look at them all to think. Girls' School, is that better than Mullow Tire? I don't know. I don't know. You know. I'll have to go through look at them all to know. But off the top of my head, are you going to be participating on any panels like the last one you attended? Also, May Pang will be there, I believe. Well, I haven't heard anything about May Pang being there. Yes, I am scheduled to appear on a panel. It's going to be the Talk More Talk panel. We're going to be doing a Talk More Talk show where we talk about the year 1974, all the highlights and solo Beatles, and well, solo Beatles in 1974, but not just the solo Beatles, but all things that were going on Beatle wise in '74. And we're going to be there and do a panel on that. I'm going to be included in that. So there you go. Thank you for asking. Have I heard the new Billy Joel song? No, I've been wanting to, and I keep forgetting so many things to do. I want to take a moment to hear it, and I really I'm glad that he did a new song. And I also am hearing that most people who've heard the new Billy Joel song are saying it's good and they like it. A couple of people I heard said they listened to it, had to listen to it twice before they liked it or something. So there you go. Hello, Joe. It was a great Danny and Dino show brought to you by Robbie. Yeah, I remember that show. Thank you. Did you see Canadian Stud Muffin posted the entire White Album backwards on YouTube? It's quite interesting. I don't know why. A lot of people do that. They post music albums backwards. They post television show episodes or whole movies backwards. I don't get it. I'm just that's not my thing. I don't get it. So, what's my least favorite Wings album? It's probably Wildlife, even though I do like Wildlife. Just because I'm calling it my least favorite Wings album, that doesn't mean I don't like it. Hello, what's up, Penny Lane? You're in my ears and in my eyes. What's the good word with you? Danny and Dino. They were really the two. Danny and Dino did a great job. Robbie made a new classic possible. Danny talks about Oasis. um, I love when Ringo does country. Hope it will be a full album. Well, yeah, he said that he was started doing some tracks, and that he's got so many of them now. He decided, what the hell, and let's do a full album and not an EP. But he's going to have a full album plus an EP, both. And Linda Perry is the EP, and I thought Linda Perry was going to help with the country. I'm a little mixed up, so I don't know. I don't know what's what. I don't know if the full album is going to be all country, which would be amazing if it was. That would be amazing if Ringo did a country album, and the people who like country, there's a lot of country fans out there, found it a nice album and gave Ringo a late hit in life, hit country album. That would be nice. Daytime, nighttime suffering is better than good night tonight. That's a good pick. I do like daytime, nighttime suffering a lot. I don't know if I like it better than good night tonight, though. Love you guys. You guys make my day. Thank you so much, Robbie. I really appreciate it. It's so I can't think of the word I'm looking for. Rewarding to feel like people like what you do and they have a good time. And I appreciate that. I think the new Billy Joel song is fantastic. It's on YouTube. I really hope an album of new songs follows. Yeah. The new Billy Joel song sounds like five of his other songs. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Where am I at here? Joe, do you think the 13 CD set Beatles U.S. albums was worth buying? The U.S. What are we, CD set? No, I don't. I don't think it's worth buying because it does. If you're talking about the 2014 box set, I don't because they use different versions. They don't use the capital versions of the mixes, and there's no point in that. It's the capital album packaging for all the albums, but they use cleaner mixes and mixes that are more UK and stuff. No, I'm very disappointed with that. Billy Joel has not made a new song since 31 years ago, 1993. Okay. Do you like thunder and lightning? The louder the better. I do not like thunder. I mean, I don't. I'm not afraid of it. I just don't. I don't care for it. No, I don't. I don't like thunder, lightning, rain. No. Uh, Martin says, just found my Journey Through the Past soundtrack album. Any thoughts? None. I'm sorry, I can't give you anything. Okay. There's a little thought there. Billy Joel is 74 years old. Somebody was asking how old Billy Joel is. Well, there's your answer. Okay. I think Ringo's EP is going to be country and the record's going to be rock. That's what I think. That's what I think. If I'm correct with how I understand Ringo's video and words, the 10-song album will be all country. Well, there's another way of looking at it. I'm sorry, but Ringo singing country sounds excruciating. Act naturally, surely you must be on it. Well, I don't agree with you, and I got to say, Lila, a lot of people don't agree with you. I mean, nobody's saying that Ringo's voice. Ringo does not have a great voice, right? Singing voice, but I personally thought it lends itself to country, and Bukus of Blues is 1970 country album has a lot of fans. Joe, do we really need a Ringo country album at this point in time? Yes, more than ever, because as I just said, Ringo did a country album in 1970. For God's sake, that's 54 years ago. It's been 54 years. We need one now, yes, because a lot of people love his first country album, Buku's the Blues, and in my opinion, and that's all it is, in my opinion here. You know, people are clamoring for it. And they've been wanting it for a long time. Um, so hopefully it'll be all country in my book, but I don't think it will be. I don't think it will be. And as I said a little earlier, in my opinion, I think that gives Ringo the opportunity to maybe get a hit in life because he's not going to get any big charting hits. I sad to say anymore. However, a country album might do well. Do not buy the U.S. box. They screwed it up. Sadly, not the real Flat Masters from Capitol. Exactly. After working in a mail department, have you ever received anything smashed to bits and you know exactly what happens to the parcel? I received over the years I've seen things smashed, yes, but you know, I don't know anything else about it. What's going on, Mikey Tats? Hi Glenn, just a quick hello. I'm out right now. Catch you next time. Thank you, Glenn. Sorry you missed the Danny Oasis 15 minutes, 20 minutes, but you know, we'll see how it goes in the future. I found a few of the 2014 CD Beatles in paper LP replica sleeves with both stereo mono mixes. Who did these? Are they any good in your opinion? Not familiar with what you're talking about there. Um, Martin says Bukus of Blues is lovely, and yes, I own it. On Ringo's first country album, he played with the very best country musicians like Jerry Reed. Also on that Ringo country album, Bukus of Blues, I believe were the Jordanaires. The Jordanaires were the singers on for Elvis Presley. I'm pretty sure of that. Uh, I'm not sure. What are we talking about? Rome loves Dan and Joe. Thanks, guys. I knew you guys would keep on the right path. Appreciate it. Little lost there. um, Would you have liked to have met Jimmy Nicol? Sure, but Jimmy Nicol is a good guest. I mean, there's a guest for the Fest for Beatles fans, but Jimmy Nicol is kind of a recluse, and he's disappeared and doesn't want to talk about the Beatles, doesn't want to be reminded, doesn't want to be found. So there you go. Oh, I see. I'm sorry. I got you. Sorry about that. Yeah, when he said Rome loves Dan and Joe, thanks. You guys would appreciate it on the right path. Yeah, regarding the U.S. box set. Yeah, I think it was such a missed opportunity and a disappointment. But the thing I did was, and you could see it, it's right up there on top of this white box. You could barely see it with the flag box. I love the box and I love the sleeves. The sleeves are the package design was great. I'm gonna take hard swallow. My throat's drying out. Yeah, the packaging's great on it. It's just that the discs weren't the right mixes as far as I'm concerned. There you go, Mystery Train. You know what you're talking about. Ringo is outstanding doing country. I'm super excited about it. More bukus of blues. I also have Sentimental Journey. So good. Yeah, I think Ringo did good with that too. I think Ringo sang the old standards, American standards, very well. And Ringo was pretty much the first to do that. He was the first one to do it. I believe. I don't think there was ever a rock artist or pop artist before him that was made an all-out not country. We talked about country standards album like Sentimental Journey. I don't think so. If you couldn't sleep, would you take sleeping pills or would you just let nature take its course? Well, I'm more inclined with anything like that, not to take pills. I'd rather let nature take its course. But it depends. I don't have any problem sleeping. If anything, I have problems staying awake as much as I'd like. At least right now. That may change in the next year or so, but for right now, I'm just saying, that's the way it is. So no, I don't like taking pills unless absolutely extremely necessary. Um, there are still many unique U.S. stereo mono mixes in the Beatles U.S. album box set. Everybody says that. I don't care. I think it stinks. So that's my opinion, and I appreciate yours, Woodland. Uh, yeah, I got a kick out of Danny's Oasis show. Danny, love you, Danny. Yes, indeed. Spring ahead with more daylight will make you stay awake. Yeah, I don't know about that. It doesn't work. you know, I just get comfortable. Even when Danny and Danny, excuse me, even when Anthony and I were watching the two episodes today of Curb Your Enthusiasm, and we were watching these episodes at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. For God's sake, in the middle of the afternoon, I was like, my eyes were getting heavy. I don't know why. I sit down, I get comfortable, and there you go. What's my favorite food? Pasta. You name it, spaghetti, ravioli, rigatoni, any of that stuff. But I can't remember the last time I had it. Uh, what unboxing item were you most excited to open? I mean, I don't really know. I mean, I can't just come up with that. I mean, the first thing that I want to do is say the George Harrison Uber box because of the size and contents of it. The answer to this is no, I do not. And I know he's supposed to be like Paul McCartney. I don't buy it. So there we go. 2LP Band on the Run set arrived today. Very impressed with the packaging, particularly the jacket for underdubbed. Definitely, you're talking about this one. I did not buy this one on 12-inch LP, but I love that design so much as opposed to the usual, the one we're used to with the black cover with the band on it, all the celebrities on it. But this one is nice. So there you go. I may think about getting that. Hello, Henry. You're the third person to ask. No, I have not heard it yet. I want to hear the new Billy Joel song, and I've heard mostly good things about it. Have you had any restaurant rants lately? Well, I don't know about that. Last night we went out to eat, and you know, I we were in a rush because we went out to a restaurant and a diner really, but we wanted to see a movie. We had tickets to see a movie, and and it was taking forever for them to take our order. We were sitting there for like 20 minutes, and nobody came over to take our order. So finally, the waiter comes over, and I love when they come over and they say, "Are you ready?" And I say, "We've been ready." you know, I love that. Yeah, we're ready. We've been ready. Where you been? That kind of thing. So there you go. Oh, oh God, these questions. I appreciate your questions are really different. If aliens landed and wanted you to be their tutor, would you introduce them to the Beatles or classic horror films? I guess the horror films if they're aliens. Favorite Kinks album? Oh, as a whole album, I don't know. I like a lot of Kinks songs, actual albums. I have a lot of the albums. Whether I like any of them as a whole very much, the early albums I like better. But having said that, I do like Low Budget, which is 1979 on Arista. So there you go. Yes, I mentioned that earlier. Yes, today, 65 years ago today, folks. 65 years ago today, we lost Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, and the Big Bopper. My favorite color is purple. Yes, my favorite color. Purple or whatever that's called. I mean, this kind of light purple. What is that called? Violet. Stuff like that. I like that color. I like a lot of colors, but all right. Thanks everybody for being here. We got a lot of people, and I appreciate that. Yeah, it's mad to think what aeroplanes were like 65 years ago. Was Anthony a Seinfeld fan? What does he think of Curb Your Enthusiasm? Well, he's never seen Curb Your Enthusiasm. I will showed him the first handful of episodes, and he was chuckling at some stuff. I think he's enjoying it. I don't know. I don't know about Seinfeld. I think he was. He's a moderate fan of Seinfeld. I think he's seen some. All right, what's going on, folks? Just as a reminder, tomorrow I'll be here in the morning. Not here, but I'll be at the classroom. I'll be doing a chat, which should be a multi-person chat. I mean, meaning not just myself. Probably Danny will be there. That'll be tomorrow morning at between 9 and 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Billy Joel sounds exactly the same. He needs to start doing albums again, because he sounds exactly like '70s Joel, and it has the same exact vibes of his old songs. Well, I don't know if he gets inspired, if he gets a lot of positivity and gets encouragement, maybe he will want to. Because I thought he said a while ago he felt he had nothing left to say or whatever, and we'll see how he goes if his mind changes, or what I hope it changes. Hi James. James says looking forward to Ringo doing a whole album, but not a real fan of country music. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Hopefully, whatever songs he does will be enjoyable enough to you one way or the other, whatever they are. Okay. So if you're just joining us here, this is me solo, as you can see. I do a Q&A. I'm going to be doing this. It's called Catch Up with Mayo. Very, very clever. I didn't invent that title. Somebody else did, and I used it. Somebody said, "Hey, I got a title for you, Joe. How about Catch Up with Mayo?" Great title. Anyway, and I'm going to be doing this every Saturday about this time, hopefully. I mean, you say every Saturday. There are exceptions. For example, I will not be here next week because next week I will be at the Fest for Beatles fans next Saturday. I will not be doing this next Saturday. Okay. All right, folks, what's on your minds out there? Yeah. Got together with my friend Anthony today. We made a video. I don't know when I'll have the time to edit that video and put that up for you. Hopefully, sometime before tomorrow's over, late in tomorrow afternoon or something, maybe. Do you think we'll see more this year of Ringo's All Star Band? Well, I think he's still um, touring out there and playing, but he's not in my neck of the woods lately, anytime soon. I love it. Ringo keeps active. That's what you got to do. I got to keep, as you get older. I mean, Ringo's older than me, but you got to keep active and you got to keep moving. You got to keep having hobbies and things to do. Let's see. What hobby or pastime would you never do? You can't think of anything worse. Fishing, golf. So I'm glad you gave me some choices. To me, golf is boring. I don't understand the whole thing with golf. That's a good thing. I would never do like hiking. I'm trying to think. Hiking, mountain climbing. Total waste of a day. I don't know. Probably there's probably many a pastimes and things I wouldn't want to do. Ringo makes two tours this year, 2024. Jefferson Airplane, best song. I like Somebody to Love. Somebody to Love and White Rabbit. That's it. I've heard other songs, I'm not wild about them, just the way it is. But, Somebody to Love would be my favorite, you know. Have you rediscovered or changed your original opinion on any of the songs on McCartney 3? Well, the thing with McCartney 3 is, yeah, I mean, when I first heard it, I did a first impressions video, and I did not like the song, uh, what do you call Deep, Deep Feeling when I first heard it, but I got to like that after a couple listens. So now I like Deep, Deep Feeling. That's the one that changed my mind the most, I changed my opinion on. Would I ever go to Japan? Yeah, Japan's a place I would actually wouldn't mind visiting. Yeah, sure. I've always wanted to be there. I like the culture. I like the people, from what I know. Yeah, I didn't talk, and I know when I did a Ringo update, I did not talk about the book that he's talking about, about his instruments and his collections and his clothes that he saved and all that, the fashion stuff. Didn't talk about that. Does your girlfriend ever help you find rare albums to add to your collection? Well, anything she can find. She's always supporting me, always encouraging me. She's fantastic. I've said that from the day one. She always helps out, encourages, supports, and believes in me and stuff like that. And I am very lucky. I don't know about but I mean that's the same thing goes with it. Like I said, a rare album, or she finds anything. My girlfriend's the one that insisted that I get that collection. I said I don't know, it's kind of expensive. No, no, you got to have that. You must have. And she practically made me get it, and I that kind of thing is rare. Hello, Apple Pits. What's going on? If you want to see what I thought of the new Billy Joel song, I did a reaction video on my channel. Check out the Apple Pits channel, folks, and you could see his reaction video. Thank you. There's also the Clown Fist channel, Clown Fist with a K. Remember how in the album, the Rolling Stones album, Hackney Diamonds, Mick Jagger still sounds like he's 25? Well, same thing with Billy Joel on this new song. I'm glad to hear that. Very glad to hear it. That's good. That's good. Hail to the chat. Oh, this happens. This happens too often. I think every record collector can tell you stories like that where you buy something, you realize you already have it. Yeah, that happens. It happened with me with 45s a lot, when I was buying 45s. Good advice. Very good advice. Very good advice. Would you say that when Maka writes a shocker, he really can write a shocker? Like example, back in Brazil is a shocker to me because it was terrible as far as I'm concerned. Every time people ask me what's McCartney's worst songs, I always forget about Back in Brazil, but that's one of them. I know there were people out there who do like it. You know, there you go. There's a little bit of a plug. Unfortunately, Paul wasn't able to keep that youthful voice. He sounds 100, unfortunately. I don't think he sounds 100, but he sounds old, and in his case. And the thing is, though, I like the way, not live. I'm not wild about the way he sounds live sometimes, but I like the way he uses it. He writes for it, and I think he does a good job on McCartney 3. And you see, the thing is, you got to make a decision whether or not you're going to take that trip with him. You're going to either accept that this is Paul now, this is how he sounds on his new songs now, and you're going to age with him. You were along with him from Love Me Do, uh, you know, all the way through All My Loving and Till There Was You, and you were with him with Can't Buy Me Love and We Can Work It Out and Hey Jude and Band on the Run, and now you're with him now on the new songs. You're just following him as he is. Yes or no. Either you're going to go for that trip or you're not. Thank you. Hello, Daniel. Good to see you here. Don't be afraid to spare a dime. Thank you so much for your generosity. I was a little concerned that other video on the Sunday morning, I think it was, where you kind of disappeared. I'm glad you're here again. Uh, let's see. Joe, don't you think Ringo singing live in these modern times, his voice sounds better and deeper than his voice on the studio recordings of the Beatles songs from the 60s? Well, I don't know. Think he sounds the same. I think he sounds the same all the time. Ringo's voice always sounds consistent to me, more or less. A lot of people tell me every time they listen to new Ringo stuff for the past, I don't know how long, 10 years or something, what they hear is they hear uh, all kinds of auto tune effects. I don't hear the auto tune, so it doesn't bother me. Okay. Hey, George, good to see you here. Thank you. I'm glad you. A lot of times you try to come up to catch a show and you miss it. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you. I appreciate your help. And I'm glad you like the streams. I know a lot of times you say you have to watch the playback, and you keep missing live streams. But I'm so glad you're here. So thank you. What about that frog song Paul did for that animated movie, Laugh Out Loud? Well, it's We All Stand Together, and I don't really like it. I just don't care for it. I know it's a children's song. I realize it's a children's song, and I know what it was intended for. Uh, you know, so I just don't care for it. And Lila talks about it. It says, I think We All Stand Together is just passable, as it was released at Christmas time. We can get away with murder. Daniel says, thank you. I wasn't feeling great. Turns out I have pneumonia. Sorry to hear about that. Sorry about the bad job. That's over with now. No problem. George says the reruns here are always fun. Thank you very much, George. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that you appreciate it. That you often say after work you put the reruns on. So it's amazing to me. I can't conceive of that. It blows me away that people are so uh, interested in the shows and they enjoy them so much that they're willing to play them back or never miss a show. I think that's incredible. Don't forget again, a reminder to everybody, tomorrow we're going to do another one. We're going to be live. I'm probably going to have Danny up there with me. It'll be Sunday morning. It'll be 9:15, 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Okay. Excuse me. Worst fear: snakes or spiders? I'll be honest with you. I'm skeeved out by both. One of the worst are what they call thousand leggers, thousand legs. However, having said that, snakes got to take the cake for me. If I had to pick, snakes are probably the worst. Okay, wow, thank you. Look at the generosity. Apple Pits, thank you, man. This is Melody. Thank you so much for your help and donation. Because I love your joke, please keep being the Archie Bunker we truly needed in our lives. And Freedom is Paul's worst by far. Very lazy song. Yeah, I don't like Freedom. I still say I give it a pass because I say Freedom. I believe the song Freedom served its purpose well and worked at the concert for New York. But as a regular song, an album track, it is weak. And as far as the Archie Bunker thing, geez, there, you meatheads. I'm gonna keep doing it there. No intense offenders. So there you go. I hope you like that. And let's see where we're at here. What's your favorite Paul McCartney box set? Oh, maybe Ram, perhaps. It feels like all the mumble rap that was popular for a few years has become a fad. Nobody really cares anymore. In 60s and 70s, rock pop is timeless and doesn't age. I hope you're right. I really hope you're right. Definitely. Do you think all the touring that Paul did and still does help weaken his voice now? Yes, I do. I think he's done a lot of it in his life, and he's the way he's screamed a lot on his records. Centipedes, maybe that's what they are. Centipede, right? That's what they call it, centipedes, right? Thousand leggers. Centipedes are the most terrifying thing in the world. Sorry about that. Uh, Ever bought an item that was originally yours in the first place? Yes, I did that several times in my life. Yeah, actually. Thought on McCartney's dad dancing on ever present past video. It's not too good. It's kind of cringy, but I'm still glad. I like it better when he's in the video. Sometimes he does videos and he's not in them. You know. Oh, I don't. Okay, it's Henry. Who's your favorite Hammer film girl? Oh, Lila, I love these. You get me melting here. You know what I mean? I don't. There's a lot of girls. I don't even know where to begin. Holy cow. There's somebody, you will know who this is by name. There's somebody in the movie called Scars of Dracula. She has like a strange name, like Anushka Hempel or something. Anushka Hempel. And she's beautiful. And they have a lot of beautiful women in those movies, God. Also, in the movie Twins of Evil, they're twins. I forget what their names are, though. The two twin sisters, Twins of Evil. Also, the beautiful girl, is it Madeline Smith? She's in the movie Frankenstein and the Monster from Hell. I could go on forever with these women. Hammer had some beautiful women. Stephanie Beacham. Stephanie Beacham, who was in Dracula AD 1972. So there you go. Freedom is better structured. We talk about this all the time. He loves doing this. He just likes to try to get a rise out of me. He won't. I'll give my same answer. He says freedom is better structured an anthem than give peace a chance. Oh, and by the way, guys, give peace a chance is John's worst song. You're not hurting me or getting me upset because I always say I don't like Give Peace a Chance, but I think Give Peace a Chance is a much better anthem, much better by 100 miles than Freedom is. And just a simple line, all we are saying is give peace a chance. Just that alone, without even singing it, without even hearing the record, just chanting, all we are saying is give peace a chance. All you have to do is say that is a thousand gazillion badillion times. I'm making up numbers here. Better than freedom. Okay, but it's not. The song "Give Peace a Chance" is way down on my favorite John songs list. Um, Doesn't it feel like John is still alive sometimes because of how much we talk and look up to him? He's such an iconic figure. It's weird to think he doesn't exist anymore. No, sadly, I can't agree with you, Henry. I wish I could agree with you, but it doesn't feel like John's alive at all, sadly. Feels like he's been dead for 43 years or 44 years, sadly. I mean, I'm a lot older than you are. So for me, it really seems painful, I wish it, you know, wish I could say I agree with you. Mind games or walls and bridges? Which should I check out first? Well, I'm partial to walls and bridges. I think walls and bridges is better than mind games. There are a lot of fans these days, though, that like mind games. Mind games is one of those albums, as happens sometimes in Beatle history and Beatle lore. It gets a better reputation. It's gotten a reappraisal these days. These days, all I hear is praise for mind games, the album. So. Hello, Jeff. If I miss your live stream, I always watch it later. Appreciate what you do and your dedication to it. Danny, too. Thank you. Thank you so much. I hope this isn't too personal of a question, Joe, but do you ever deal with anxiety and depression? I suffer from OCD and it's the worst. It's weird. I've had anxiety more than depression. Not so much depression, more anxiety, but not in recent times, really. I had it when I was in my 20s, believe it or not, a while. That's about it. Uh, uh, the lyrics to "Give Peace a Chance" are gibberish. They are, but you know what? They're fun. They're fun as hell. I love it. Would you agree that "Happy Christmas, War is Over" is also an anthem? A little bit. The war is over if you want it. War is over if you want it is an anthem. And like I say, Paul is great. I say he's the best songwriter. How many times do I got to say that for the Paul fanatics? However, give John his due once in a while. In other words, it wasn't Paul's forte to write anthems and peace songs as much as John. Just give him that. Give John that at least. Uncle Joe, sorry, but freedom is way better and has brought me to tears before. Give Peace a Chance has never made me cry. Okay. I don't think Give Peace a Chance is supposed to make you cry. I don't think that's that's not the idea of Give Peace a Chance. It's not supposed to be sad or make you cry. So no wonder it doesn't. Um, Radio DJ here in UK told the story of He's So Fine versus My Sweet Lord. And man, when you hear it, you can hear the similarities. I don't agree with that either. I'm sorry. The three words, my sweet Lord, sound to me like he's so fine. But the rest of it, it goes in different places. There's that whole part where the chiffons sing about sooner or later, hope it's not later. He's so fine. Oh, yeah. That part sounds nothing like my sweet Lord. And I say this every time this comes up. I think there are a lot of songs out there that were rip-offs of other songs, way more than My Sweet Lord, and they got away scot-free. They went after George Harrison because he was a Beatle. That's why they went after him more than anybody. There were a lot of songs out there that sound like other songs that nobody ever blinked an eye. Your live streams are a good cure for anxiety. Well, I'll tell you this. Sometimes believe it or not, sometimes if I'm not feeling that good or if I'm, having one of those days, I come on here and I do a live stream and see me now. I'm powered up and the adrenaline's pumping and I'm into it. And when I do that, I feel better. Yeah, Power to the People. I like that song. I think it's another great anthem song. I agree with you. I always think that because of John's anthems and political activism makes him the most well-known Beatle out of the four. Well, if a young person like you uh, feels that way, I'm pretty sure that that's a good thing because young people are the people I would think that are least mindful of John's existence because he's been dead so long. So, if a younger person like 21, I believe you're 21, if a 21-year-old feels it, that's a good thing. Freedom versus give peace a chance argument is pointless. Just different historical times for each song. Very good. Uh, oh, I gotta tell you, this is really a silly song. It's not a silly statement. What a silly statement. So there you go. I forgot that I had those. Somehow I forgot that I had those things to use. Uh, it's a stupid statement. Come on. Do you think if any of the members of the Beatles, if all still were alive, were asked to do it all again, knowing what they know now, would any of them say no way? I don't know. I don't know. To do it all again? You mean do the whole career again? No, I don't know. I don't think they want it under no circumstances. If I understand you right, no, under no circumstances do I think the Beatles, even if they were all alive today, would ever want to go back to the beginning and do the whole thing over again. They did because they've said many times they did it once. That was enough. It would be boring the second time around, or it wouldn't work the second time. I first heard Freedom on the 9/11 special. I was truly disappointed. I thought it was kind of boring for such an important time. I felt he just rushed it. He did. There's no doubt. There's no doubt about it that he rushed it. No doubt about it. There's artists such as the Beatles, Queen that keep staying relevant, but don't you think it seems Elvis is fading more and more into obscurity? Maybe it's the '50s sound, way too dated. I agree. I've said that many times. I love Elvis. I'm an Elvis fan, but his music is way dated, and mostly the '50s stuff. I mean, some of the '60s and '70s can survive, but the '50s stuff is from a certain era, and I just don't think that's very doesn't work these days. Whereas you could still listen to the Beatles with Tomorrow Never Knows, and that could take you anywhere, and stuff like that. But I still love Elvis. Favorite Monkeys album? That has to be the album More of the Monkeys, the second one. Rest in peace to Brian Wilson's wife. What a lady. Freedom has a classic Macca ending where it can go on and on forever. He can riff it forever and a day. It's nice, catchy tune though. Yeah, I don't like it. Simple as that. I think that's a McCartney song too. Simple as that. Okay. Thanks again, everybody. Still appreciate everybody being here. This has been a really great live stream. I still have a little bit more time to go. I'm going to end in a while, in a little bit. But I really do thank everybody so far for being here. And again, I'm going to be doing this on Saturday nights, Saturday late afternoons, like this, right about this time. However, it won't be next time. It won't be next time because I'll be at the fest next Saturday. I still think this one. No, 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 no. Do you like bottled water or water from the sink? I prefer bottled. I only drink bottled water, and people start getting into that and start saying, "Well, the bottled water is no good for you because of the plastics in it and all this." I'm like, "Oh, brother." But yeah, I only drink bottled water. Well, I mean, I was at a restaurant today and I had water. I guess that came from the tap. But other than that, Phil Collins was taken to the court for his studio. I forgot what he copied off. Yeah, I don't remember that either. I wonder how many hours McCartney took to come up with Freedom. I assume he made it up right after the 9/11, before the 9/11 concert. I assume 30 minutes. Yeah, it was just knocked off. Now, if this is true, that's interesting. I don't know. Is this a fact? Freedom is the only Paul song made with the word God in the lyrics, which is interesting because I never thought of that because that means he's a believer. What's the most heavy metal you get, Joe? That's a fair question, but if I hear basically the way I say it is, if I hear a good song, it's a good song. I don't care what it is, country, folk, pop, new 2024, rap, whatever. But heavy metal, I mean, I don't know. Come on, feel the noise. I always say Def Leppard's "Bring It On" the Heartbreak. I love that song. I like hard rock. I consider that hard rock. It's not heavy metal, but we're not going to take it. I'm trying to think like off the top of my head. Black Sabbath, Paranoid, Iron Man, Lita Ford, maybe some of Lita Ford's music. How's that? If McCartney released an official compilation called "All the Worst" with Tiny Bubble, For You, everything, would you buy it? Yes, I would buy it simply because when it comes to collecting, I collect their product, their output, their music output, albums and things like that. So there you go. There you go. Elvis is still alive. All right, folks. This is fun today, boy. This is fun. I'm gonna have to knock it off soon, though. Pretty soon. Pretty soon. What else would be on all the worst? Back in Brazil would be on all the worst. Uh, Secret Friend would be on all the worst. I know people love that. Get Enough would be on all the worst. You're talking about Paul McCartney's song "House of Wax" off "Memory Almost Full." It is one of my favorite Paul songs. And didn't Maca do "House of Wax" at Omega? It's Amoeba. It's staggering. Yes, it is. He did a live version at the Amoeba gig, and it is amazing. Is right. I agree with you. What a vocal. Okay, we got time for just a few more comments because I'm gonna have to be going soon. Let's just get a few more. You say my funny Valentine. There's no funny in there, just my Valentine, which I like. But I don't like the Kanye one that much. Paul's worst songs are still legions better than anything today. So-called stars come up with. Okay, I do love that song. Cut me some slack, by the way. I do. I like that song. Cut me some slack. Okay, Joseph. Yeah, I'm going to go now, folks. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for being in the comments. I want to thank everybody in the gallery who was so nice to give me, some help, a tip, contribution, donation, whatever you want to call it, helping me out here. That really helps. Next Saturday, I would ordinarily do this. I'm not going to be here next Saturday because I'll be at the Fest for Beatles fans if everything goes as we plan. And the weather's looking great. And the weatherman says 53 degrees next Saturday. We may have some rain, but who cares? But it's a week away yet. We don't know the weather. And yes, indeed, everybody, I'm reading your questions, comments. Thank you so much. And again, tomorrow I'll be back tomorrow morning, anywhere from 9 a.m. between 9 a.m. and 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time from the school where I hope my friend Danny is going to join me. And thank you, everybody. You got the greatest viewers in the world here. So I appreciate it. And it's great seeing all of you. Cheers.